Hello, welcome to solo playthroughs. We have 2 live playthroughs of Mage Knight here today, so excited about that. We're going to start with Norowas in the Hidden Valley and then go to Tovak in Return of Apocalypse. So I have a lot to say about both. I do want to be upfront. I'm not doing great today, so bear with me. I did not get any practice runs of this. I was planning to do that last night, and then with some news reports in America, just wasn't really in the mood to game. So yeah, America's got some problems, and they bother me more and more as I age, I guess. And so if you can bear with me for that, just kind of, if you don't know what's going on, it's probably better. Just some kind of a sad news report out of Texas here in the States. I do not live in Texas, but it doesn't mean it doesn't really stick with me. Yeah, kind of a again, as I get older, I get more and more of a sensitive soul. So that is that. But we are going to kind of focus on this today. Hopefully we can kind of put that away. Board games are a nice escape from some stuff. So that'll be no different from me. See, the chat is already going. We got Warlord Drake is here. That is Dursu Salazar, also known as Drake Seawood on Board Game Geek. He is the designer of the Return of Apocalypse scenario. Glad he could be here today, and excited that we will have him for both playthroughs. I'm going to try to get him linked for audio for the later playthrough. Just haven't really had the chance to try to figure out OBS. Sorry if you heard some ambient background noise there. That was my air conditioner on as I started, but I have turned that off, so hopefully the audio quality will be really good going forward. We have Sajid Sirif. I'm going to learn how to pronounce that one of these days. I'm actually watching a bit of an old Norowas playthrough to warm up for this, so hopefully Sajid is back here. And there's a reminder, this is clearly a sign. Your mic sounds quite a bit different to usual, or is it the voice? Yeah, I think it was just the... It was just the mic because my air conditioner was in the background, so that should be better. Also, this is the first time I'm wearing a backwards hat during a playthrough because I just didn't feel like, combing the hair, so maybe that's affecting the audio as well. Board Game Subscription says hello. Hello, sir. Dougbo says, I hear this is the top of a lot of solo lists. Haven't seen it before, and hello. Hello to you. Yeah, Mage Knight. Let's see if I can adjust this a little bit lower without falling over. Don't fall over on me, camera. All right, good job. Yeah, Mage Knight is that game for a lot of people. I mean, I love it. It's been number 2 for me consistently since I started my channel. And it's more like a 1B. I mean, there's so much depth. There are a lot of valid complaints about Mage Knight, but I think if you are a solo gamer who is intrigued by ever-evolving puzzles, who likes crunchier solo games, it's hard to do better. I mean, it's just such an incredible experience. The character progression that happens in a 2-hour game or 2.5 or 3-hour game, however long it takes you, that's fine, is astounding. And the replayability is just completely there. The one thing that Mage Knight lacks is a coherent narrative. The stories that come out from an individual game are awesome, but the overriding narrative of this game is kind of missing. And I know for some people who really like narrative in their games, that's a big piece that they just can't find themselves getting into this game. But mechanically, the mechanics just absolutely sing to me, and it's such a fun experience. And like when if you take like Gloomhaven, right? Gloomhaven's a great game, but you really start the scenario strong and you end kind of puttering. Mage Knight's the opposite. Like you start a scenario super weak, you can barely defeat one orc, and by the end you're taking out an entire garrison in a city. It's like you just feel amazing. It's such a cool experience. Warlord Drake says, thank you very much, Greg. Good luck. We will be checking for rules mistake as always. Yeah, please do. Especially with both scenarios today, but this one, just having not had a chance to do a warm-up. So there's going to be the rules for ambush. There's definitely some funky rules with this scenario as far as exploring goes. So please stay on top of me for sure. Brian Schultz, double dose of Mage Knight today. Sweet. Thank you, sir. Glad you could be here. And then Sad says it kind of sounds like as if audio is coming in via PC mic as opposed to the headset mic. No, it's the headset mic. I mean, if it didn't get better after I turned the AC off, I'm not sure. I mean, Sajid, let me know if it's still there. I mean, I could try to take this out and re-establish it, but we should be good, to be honest with you. The settings are the same as they always are, I make sure there's not another mic input on. This is the only input on. It's coming from my headset mic as usual. So it should, again, it should be better since the AC is off. But if not, let me know and I'll just unplug it and reinstall it and see what happens. Sajid says, this is what you call narrative and play. You tell stories of the insanity that you do, not what a writer wrote up a while ago to suggest which kind of fun you are having. Yeah, I see that. I definitely see that. I mean, sometimes the ambiguity is a little much for me, even. It's like, I'm crying. Am I good? Am I bad? What am I? It's like, I don't, but I definitely feel that, and even the games that have, like, take Spirit Island. Spirit Island doesn't have a ton of narrative, but it definitely has within the game, you understand what's happening and you understand what you're doing, and the stories, the individual narrative that emerges from each game is so rich and so amazing. Here you don't even have that really. You don't have an idea of who's good, who's bad, why you're doing what you're doing, but you're just kind of creating that as you go, and the individual battles are like super crazy. And it could just be like, I don't know much about the Mage Knight IP. I've never actually done the work to learn that. So we'll see. And I think that is one of the strong suits with like Dursu, who's here again, Warlord Drake. Return of Apocalypse, he has within the, fan-made scenario stuff that he made, he did include a whole bunch of backstory. So you have this idea of who Apocalypse, what is the Apocalypse Dragon, what's the Spectre Dragon, who are you as a mage now that you're trying to rise up and come against this dragon and defeat it. What the heck? Sorry about that. Someone was here and left me some goodies. I just had a shrimp tail on my floor. So thank you, Q. Q was a friend of mine, not a letter, nor the insane conspiracy theory that exists, unfortunately, in my country. It is better with AC off, but still sounds different than usual. As you turn your head, also goes much lower volume. I could just be at a place where this mic might be going. I might be looking to invest in a better headset. Although this sucker has served me well for the last couple of years, but it might be time to invest. So if it's truly not workable and if you're having a hard time understanding, let me know and I will see if we can audible. But if everyone could hear me, if it's not the greatest quality, I apologize for that. But I'll look in. I was definitely thinking about upgrading this mic sooner rather than later anyway. So don't be surprised if Solo Playthroughs has some new tech to play with in a couple of weeks. Let's get going. I've yammered on enough. I will read the brief flavor text here. This is the Hidden Valley from the Shades of Tezla expansion. On the channel about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I did put another playthrough of the Realm of the Dead scenario. The recommended level of the faction leader for both those scenarios is 4. I played the Realm of the Dead scenario at 6. I'm going to do this one at 6 as well. It's going to be quite the challenge, but we'll see how that comes off. It is a 2-day, 2-night scenario. Realm of the Dead explores the rampage mechanic for the rampaging enemies. The Hidden Valley explores the ambush mechanic for the rampaging enemies. One mistake I did have in the Realm of the Dead scenario is that I was using regular enemies for rampaging enemies. You should only be using faction enemies. For Realm of the Dead, those are the Dark Faction, Crusader, the Dark Crusader faction enemies. For Hidden Valley is going to be the Elementalist Faction enemies. And I should say, Dugbo, if you haven't seen Mage Knight before, so this is Shades of Tezla. This is a pretty deep cut into Mage Knight. It's a very, very fun scenario. It's not the greatest. I mean, if someone made a list of the top 5 scenarios, this probably wouldn't be on there. So you are going to want to check out like a solo conquest scenario, a Volkaire's Return, a Volkaire's Quest. Those are going to be the more standard scenarios. This is kind of a deeper cut as you get more and more experience with the game. Sad says, sorry for sticking with it. Can you check the connection or maybe even bump the mic to figure if you are really picked up via the headset or something else? I mean, it's definitely the mic, dude. But yeah, I'll take it out and then we'll replug it. All right, so I just plugged that back in. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing else that's coming in, dude. So let me know. I mean, like, I don't have any more inputs. I can't put it in another input because both my cameras are hooked up. I only have 3 USBs on this desktop. So that didn't make it better. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I don't know. My audio gate should be normal. Yeah, my audio settings are pretty much the same. Can you talk with it disconnected? I mean, maybe, but it's not going to sound good. I mean, there's still input now. Are you getting the same input? Let me see if it makes we can hear you. Hello? How's this now? Now we cannot hear you. All right, so that makes sense. It should be coming in through this. That's weird. I don't know. Sources, audio. Like a USB headset.
Hello?
How's
audio
audio
input?
input?
If I shut that off and turn this on, is this better? Let me know if this is better. I don't have oh, that's way too loud. Is this better? It should be picking up from a different source now. We had echo for 2 seconds. Now we are back. So you should not have an echo anymore because I turned off. I'm only down to one mic source now. And it should be, now it is a headset. Yes, weird. All right, my OBS was doing something funny with my mic auxiliary. So I added an input. Thank you for bringing that up. Sorry for the annoyance for everybody else. Now it was okay. Weird. All right. No, thank you for sticking with it. I appreciate the approach. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what happened there. So much better. So Steven, cool. Yeah, that hasn't happened in a long time. It is better. All right. Seems we have consensus. Yes. Weird. I'm curious to hear that back later. Yeah, the mic, that channel is usually for my headset, but for some reason I don't even know what mic it was picking up because there literally is no other input source. So it must have been the internal mic, but OBS hasn't done that to me before at all. And the internal mic is turned off. So all right, well, let's not belabor it. Craig Booze says it sounds better. Small victories. All right, we win. Game over. See you guys at 5. Let's go right to Return to Apocalypse. All right, Return of Apocalypse. The Hidden Valley. Here we go. So the overview, a little bit of story time with Greg. Rumors have reached the council of an elementalist high priestess who is gathering forces. However, all the rumors tell of a long hidden valley only spoken about in legend. Even the Council of the Void have been unable to find it. Clearly there is powerful magic at work. You must locate this hidden valley and defeat the priestess before the threat becomes too great. Dun dun dun. So one of the ideas is the High Priestess has a very strong magic over the land. It is very hard to explore. The only way we can explore is by spending triple the amount of movement points that you would need for exploration. So if it costs, that's triple, sure that, so yeah, to explore normally costs 2, now it will cost 6. However, if you defeat an Elementalist Faction enemy, and I believe those are only rampaging enemies, whenever a rampaging enemy token is defeated, then we will be able to just add a new map tile as if we explored. So that's really nice. And then remember the Elementalist Faction, one of their faction tokens, this gives you the ability to also add an exploration tile at the cost of 0. So that's also very nice as well. So usually that 6 per isn't that strong, isn't that big of a problem to overcome. Remember, there are not that many tiles in a 4-round game anyway. I do have the Elementalist Faction token up here. This is their leader token. Level 6 will be pretty nasty with 2 orcs, a monster, and a dragon, and 2 fire attacks at a 5, plus it has fire resistance. So when I look at spells, fire resistance is definitely something I will devalue on some level. Hopefully we can get a snowstorm as opposed to a firestorm. I'm going to shuffle up these 8 tokens. These are the green enemies from the Elementalist Faction. I want to call them orcs, but they are not actually exactly orcs. They are other things. We have the elemental monsters. My consistent complaint with Tezla is I wish there were more enemies. Having only 4, 4, and 8 is not enough for a lot of games, and I do not like having to regurgitate enemies. They could have added, a few more enemies, and it would have made me a lot happier. Everything else I have, all my other enemies are in bags as normal, so I'll just put those up here. Let's go ahead and shuffle the artifact deck. Artifact deck, speaking is clearly hard. And now to your early show of programming, Aman Waves. Hello, Aman. Woo, the immortal game. Mage Knight says Jonas. Yeah, it's fairly immortal. And Sajid Seraph says, I'm not sure if I ever played this scenario, by the way. Yeah, it's a good one. I did not play any of the Tezla scenarios for years, and honestly, if it wasn't for the channel, I might never have. Yeah, I played with Bravelar, obviously, but that was about the only content I played with from Tezla. But like honestly, the Tezla tokens and walls, like I wasn't really that interested. Some people do just throw in the Tezla the enemy tokens into their plays of the Lost Legion or of the base game. I prefer not to. Number one, it'd be really annoying to separate them out again if you wanted to play any of these special scenarios, and I just don't find the Tezla enemies as balanced for most of the scenarios. The fame total is less. You could do things. I mean, some of the things you can do with the faction tokens are a little bit broken. So I think in a lot of those scenarios, I mean, you can discard one for 3 reputation, but again, you could play without them and just get extra fame. But I just find overall they just change the balance of a game and add more randomness in a way I really don't like. I mean, it's funny. There's a fine line for me between adding randomness in a way I don't like and adding randomness that adds to replayability, right? And for me, the Tezla tokens are made and designed for Tezla alone. I'm going to put out some spells. We have Cure and Disease. That's a very interesting spell. We have Restoration, so another green spell, and we have Snowstorm. As I asked, I get what I wanted. Snowstorm is a great card to get against the Elementalist Faction leader at level 6 for sure. Sajid says, I am one of those in the tokens. It is fine. I'll take your word for it. It thematically adds to the thematic disconnect I have, I think. So that's definitely part of my my struggles. But Jonas Levis, me too. You're the minority. It's good. I like being the minority on my own channel. It's actually keeps me on my toes. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know. I'm still not gonna do it, but I appreciate the vote of confidence in anyone else who wants to try it. Throw them in. It's fine. Jonas and Sajid both say it's fine, so rock on. I'm going to put out the advanced action cards. We have Heroic Tale. We have Chivalry. Hello. And we have Pathfinding. So I'm going to take Chivalry when I can. Because it's just really good. It's really good. Remember, we only have 2 days, 2 nights. Getting as much attack as we can early is going to be a huge important thing that we need to figure out. If you saw my playthrough of... Oh, what the heck did I play? What did I just play with Goldix? I played something fun and exciting, and I can't remember. I don't know, but I was missing 1 point of damage in the end, and I just could not get enough damage in that deck early. I actually thought I had that wrapped up, and I didn't. Oh, Solo Conquest. No, I did Volcari's Return Blitz. What did that publish? I think that published last week. That was a fun playthrough. Man, I haven't lost a playthrough by 1 point of damage in so long. It's like, oh my gosh. It was wild. But, alright, so I'm shuffling the units. I sleeve my regular units in blue. I sleeve my elite units in green. This has the similar blitz scenario rules where we will have 1 extra unit in the offer. So instead of 3 units, we will have 4. We will start with all regular units until we find a core tile, and then we will have elite, then regular, then elite, then regular, like a normal game of Volcari's Return, of Volcari's Quest. There will also be 1 extra die in the source. We will start with 1 fame. Whenever we level up, we will get an additional fame, and we start with +2 in the reputation track, which means we have +1 during interaction from the very start of the game. The 4 units are going to be the Northern Monks. We can recruit them in a monastery. The Savage Monks. Can we get the Monk trifecta? Nope. We get the Guardian Golems and some Scouts. Which one of those do I really just not like? The Scouts. I rolled these dice. I got 2 blues and 2 golds. That is 50% basic, and that is an excellent roll, so I will absolutely take So I will absolutely take that. So I need to get 5 countryside tiles. The rest of the tiles are going to be the core white city tile, the green city tile. It throws me off a little bit. The green city tile is a friendly city. The white city tile is where the elementalist lives. And I think that's because it makes it harder to get into because you have the keep right there. And you have the dragon. Make sure there's not any special rules. Place the number of tokens. You must move to hit value space. The white city is defended by... Oh, okay. The keep on the white city is defended by 2 green elementalist enemy tokens instead of the normal gray enemy token. If attacked by a player after another player has already conquered it, then a random gray... Okay, very, very cool. So the keep is going to be 2 green. So someone's going to need to remind me of that when I see that because I'm liable to forget. So let me take 5 of these off. 5. Done. Oh, one thing I should say. If you've noticed, my table is darker. Yes, that is not an optical illusion. Thank you so much to Big Viking Mats. They have sent me a large neoprene mat that was custom cut for my table, and I absolutely love it. So it is, he sent this to me in exchange for a little bit of PR, and it is absolutely the least I could do. So I did get this. It's not a review copy, but I got this for free. So take that for what you want, but it's an amazing mat. My friends and I have really enjoyed playing on it. The surface is super nice. I loved the speedcloth surface that I put on this table, but that speedcloth surface was getting very dirty, very hard to clean, and it was wearing thin. So I was desperately looking for a new surface to add on top of that, and Paul Gray from Big Viking Mats really hooked me up there, and I'm very appreciative. This is a very nice piece of neoprene and has a really nice feel. And I like the darker look on the camera. I think it makes everything a little bit more crisp in a way that I really like. So hopefully you also feel the same. All right, I'm going to get my core non-city tiles. I need 1 of those. And then we have the white city and the green city. Does this always go on the bottom? Nope. Okay, so this is going to be randomly shuffled. We'll have the core tiles on the... That's weird. I kind of wonder why they didn't just put the white city on the bottom every time. But let me roll a d6 here. Yoink, so 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that's the bottom of our stack. And then the 2 countryside tiles on top. This is a wedge map. Am I on the A side or the B side? I'm on the B side. There's the A side. And now we can put 2 terrain in play to start the game. Here we have a village. Oop, put that the right way, Greg. So we have a village here and a marauding enemy. Now, the ones that are placed during setup do not have ambush. It's only the ones that are placed after setup. Now, what is ambush? So Rampage, which is what we did in the Realm of the Dead scenario, Rampage, they would actually start moving toward me. In ambush, if I started 2 away and I moved to a location within 2 of that enemy, it would attack me from where it is, even though it's 2 away, as long as there is not something preventing them from moving. So if there was like a mountain and a lake in between us, they wouldn't be able to get there. But because there's as far as they could get to me. Now, if I was going to choose as the action for my turn to attack an enemy, I still need to be adjacent. So ambush only benefits the enemies. It does not benefit you and give you more options on your turn. And there we have some kindling, which is nice. I call monasteries kindling for those who don't know. So we will add an advanced action to the unit offer. It is counterattack. Ooh, like that. I'm going to put a die there with the number 1. So that will help. And then let me get these enemies on there. So we're going to have a green enemy. The magical glades are still magical glades, I think, in this scenario. Questioning the locals. The map tile does not have to be adjacent. White city. Yeah, so the magical glades are still magical glades, so we don't turn them into areas controlled by Elementalist Faction leaders. Remember, when you're playing against the Darker Satyr faction, magical glades become graveyards, which is totally different. So here we have a centaur, and over here we have a crystal sprite, I believe she is called. What are you called, little one? She is a crystal sprite. So the centaur has swiftness, so they're attacking with 3, but it's going to take 6 to block it. They have 5 armor. And then we have the Crystal Sprite. They have elusive, so they're 2 to attack, but actually they also have defend. So if they're the only enemy you're attacking, they're going to have 3 to attack in the range or siege attack phase. That does look a lot like the physical resistance shield. It is not. They are actually ice resistant, but they are not physically resistant. But then they have two separate ice attacks level 1 each. Again, and when there's multiple attacks from the same enemy, you do need to attack both. You need to block both attacks separately. Great. So I'm going to shuffle up my D deck. We'll probably just keep this off camera for the sake of some room. What are we going on here? Sad just says thematically like that argument. Amon says, haven't been playing any Mage Knight recently. Still stuck on England, plus Hasburg with Stone. Jonathan says, I don't mostly differentiate Tezla scenarios from the others. Yeah, I'm with Jonathan on that. Jonas says, you know you can machine wash them, right? Machine wash what? What am I machine washing? My speed cloth? I couldn't. My speed cloth was like glued down to the table. This I can machine wash. That'd be that's great. Sajid says, yeah, Jonas, you might not know. I actually built a table, and I had like I had like a car foam with a speed cloth glued down. It's all screwed in. Like there was no way to wash my old surface other than by hand. All the oils over the years, it was not looking good. Sadie says, cool, it looks neat. I'm also hunting for a playmat now for my weird sized table, but on the other side of Atlantic. Yeah, I don't know what their shipping is overseas, but I'm assuming it's very pricey these days. And it said we could start singing, we didn't start a fire, but that would not be true. Would it? And where the Drake pray, you don't find blocking terrain at middle, for sure. Centaur is already getting suspicious of upcoming mistakes being called a Minotaur. Did I call him a Minotaur? No. Oh, yes, I didn't. I will do that at some point during this scenario for sure. I haven't done it yet though, so don't jinx me, man. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Alright, I need a dummy player, and then I think we'll be good to go. So, over to my left, we have Krang. Who the heck is over there? That's Tovak, Arethia, Goldix, Bravelar, and Wolfhawk. D6, number 2. Tovak's entering the party early. We will see him again later, but for now, he's going to be a big dummy. What are you calling a dummy? You, and you should like it. So let me get all his stuff out of here. We need his turn order token. Remember, serious discoloration issues. So we have the, we're going to keep the competitive skill in to start, and then we will have this cooperative skill on the side to sub in if the competitive skill comes off. Unlike you fancy people with your Ultimate Editions, I have an older copy of this game, which has many issues. But I love it anyway. I just don't love that WizKids is so terrible at giving me the product I really want. That's fine. I'm going to shuffle up Norowas' skills. It's funny in the age where like Castles of Burgundy like reprint is like $150 on Kickstarter or GameFound right now, and it raised like $1 million, and WizKids still hasn't figured out how to make some money with a better edition of Mage Knight. But what do I know? I digress. We're going to put that over there, and we need their D deck. Here's Tovik's D deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And I will just put this, yoink, I'll put this over here, so we can see what's going on. Jonas, you nailed it. Mistakes were made. And then Sajid, I was just watching Norris with Tovak dummy earlier. What are the odds? 1 out of 6. The Castle thing looks great though. So does the Raw reprint. Probably getting them both, honestly. Though certainly not the most expensive version. I mean, it's funny. I mean, one of the things I liked about Burgundy is it was a top 20 game that I could buy for $20, right? But obviously it looks awful. And then they came out with the 10th anniversary edition and somehow made the graphics look just as bad, which I'm like, what's wrong with you? So I'm curious to see what Awaken Realms does with it. I don't think I love, Feld games enough to justify that purchase, and I'll just kind of keep the Burgundy version I have. But, whatever. And I also have enough friends, and I'm sure one of my friends in particular would not be surprised if he ends up backing the deluxe edition. So we'll see. But Tovak's going to start with some crystals. We're going to give him 2 blues and a red. And we'll put his little mini up there as a little timer mechanism that I use. Great. In this scenario, I will choose my tactic first, then the dummy player will choose, and then all tactics come off at the end of the game. So remembering ambush, like when I'm here, I'm going to be definitely have to worry about ambush from that crystal sprite, although they actually won't be able to get me across the lake. So I can probably just go right up there and avoid any ambush situations. But let me kind of read these rules real quick. The space you're moving must be either... There must be a reveal space between the enemy and your hero which does not contain mountains or lakes. Alright, cool. We'll make that work. Alright, so let me draw my opening hand and I'll choose my tactic. So, March, Noble Manners, Improvisation, Determination, and Stamina. That's tons of movement, like nothing in the way of attack, but I do have some Noble Manners. I can probably get the Northern Monks or the Savage Monks, so that would be pretty strong. So can I get the 5 movement, get in there? I mean, part of me is tempted to take Great Start, but I think I'm going to want planning too much. So let me do that. I'm going to take planning. I'm going to roll for Tovak. Tovak's going to get Great Start. So much for me getting a Great Start at the next day round, but it does mean that I will be first in the first round here. So I'll take planning. Don't go too far away from me just yet, so I'll keep that right there so I remember that it is there. And for the first turn of the game, I want to move in there, and can I get 7 influence? Probably not. Well, maybe. No, I'm not going to be able to. I'll just do it in 2 turns, so the fact that I went first will really help this out. So let me play that for stamina. That's move 4. I'm going to play Determination sideways for move 5. That gets me into the monastery, and I'll just chill right there. I have the cards I want to get the... well, can I get that now? No. I have the cards I want to get the Northern Monks or the Savage Monks next turn. So I'm going to roll that. It is red. This comes out. I draw it to my hand limit, which is 5. Planning triggers. I get a 6th card, just like that. Tovak's going to go. We're taking off 3 cards. So it's blue, it's blue, it's blue. 2 more cards coming off, red and red. Well, that's going to help slow him down for the rest of this scenario, or the rest of this round. My turn, I'm going to, for the action on my turn, I'm going to interact. Let me see how much I can get. So if I do Noble Manners for sure, that gives me 4. I'm interacting, so I have +1 there. So that gives me 5. This would give me 8. I'm wondering if I can get counterattack too. I just don't think I can get up to that. If I did this, that's 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 6 to get an advanced action from the from a monastery. So I don't think it's... I wouldn't even have it. It's not even worth trying. So let me not use all of that. So I'm just going to use Noble Manners for 4. Improvisation is 5, 6, 7. +1 there is going to be 8. If used during the interaction this turn, I get Feint +1 and Reputation +1 at the end of the turn. And I'm going to get myself the Savage Monks have a Siege Attack 4. The Northern Monks have the block. I think that Siege Attack 4 is just too good to pass up. Doesn't need to be powered with the green though. But the Ice Blocks needs to be powered with the blue, so I'm going to need a crystal either way. So I will take the Savage Monks. They will go right there. They will not help me burn down the monastery next turn, unfortunately, but we're going to burn it down anyway. I get Reputation +1 and Feint +1 because of the stronger effect of Noble Manners. And I'm going to now draw to my hand limit, which is 5, and then planning triggers, so I get 6. I'm going to roll this die. It's a blue. That will go over here. And we go to Tovak's second turn. So Tovak gets a green, a white, and a green. No green crystals. Does not pull off anymore. I'm going to burn down the monastery. I have a decent amount. Oh, I could get... Oh, that's intense. I could get range attack 6, which would be pretty strong. Yeah, I like my odds with that. So I'm going to burn down the monastery. I lose 3 reputation. 1, 2, 3. So I'm at 0 for interaction. And I'm pulling a random Mage Tower Garrison. Mage Tower Garrison is not fortified. Yoink. Oh, of course, it's the one dude I can't kill. Oh, and I can't do the healing effect. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, yeah, my range attack 6 is going to be 1 shy, kids. So that's awesome. But I'll have a heal card. Problem is, if I don't block that, that's 12 points of damage. That would knock me out. So I have to block at least one of these guys. I could do the special effect now, but that's not going to work. And I just got to make sure I get to the attack 6 I'm going to need. So that would be attack 6. So I can just block the 1. I'm going to lose rejuvenate. Oh, that was such a bad draw. It's amazingly bad. Amazingly bad. Alright, so Magic Familiars. So Magic Familiars have brutal. They can't be fortified. They weren't fortified anyway. They have 7 armor. They're attacking me twice with two attacks of a 3 each. So each attack has to be evaluated separately. If either attack comes through, not only does it do 3 points of damage, it will do 6 because of the brutal effect, which is fine. So I'm going to block one of those 2 attacks. The other attack's going to get through. It's going to be 6 points of damage. My armor is only a 2, so I'm going to take 3 wounds because 2 goes into 6 3 times. And now in the melee phase, I'm going to play Mana Draw, which is going to allow me to use 2 dice from the source. I'm going to power Rage for attack 4. I'm going to power Swiftness for attack 3. That's attack 7. That's enough to defeat the Magic Familiars in the melee phase. The Magic Familiars go away. I get 6 Fame. That gets me from 2 to 7. I get +1 because I went up a level. I get +1 because I went up another level. I already lost a reputation. The monastery is defeated, so I can no longer get counterattack at the monastery. I'll put a token there to indicate that I have burned that sucker down. And now I'm going to do a whole bunch of things. First and foremost, I'm going to get my reward. My reward is going to be an artifact. We have the Sword of Justice or the Endless Gem Pouch. I really like the Sword of Justice. However, I find it a little bit limited except for that final attack at the end. So I'm going to take the Endless Gem Pouch because getting all the mana can be very helpful. It's getting some crystals. Again, you don't have much time to get a lot of crystals, and I'm definitely going to want that. And now we're going to do the level up from the first level up, and I'll just do the second level up as well, which is just going to be another command token. And again, my armor went from a 2 to a 3. My hand limit is still a 5. First 2 tokens. Ooh, motivation for the win. I mean, the +2 range attack a turn could come in handy for sure. I think motivation just too good to justify that, but I think I could see an argument either way. Tovak's going to add a skill. Oh, it's his version of a range attack, and now I have to grab a card from the source. I'm going to grab, or from the advanced action offer, I'm going to grab Chivalry. So I have not. That was not a faction enemy, so I don't just reveal anything. Unfortunately, there is an argument to kind of come over here, maybe try to kill either of those guys. I mean, even if I just let an attack be, if I move there, they're not going to attack me. That's 5 move to get in here. Nah, I think I go here, maybe get some influence and try to heal up a little bit. We'll see. I do still have the Savage Monk, so coming here and here, that would provoke an attack. I kill them with the Savage Monks. That automatically allows me to put a thing on the board without having to spend 6 movement. So definitely have some options here. So I'm going to roll these 2 dice. It is a black and a green. Like seeing the green, I'm going to need that for Savage Monks. I draw to my hand limit, which is 5. Planning triggers because wounds do count as cards in your hand for the purpose of planning, and that gets me 6. Checking out the chat. It is also very beige recycling paper, recycling ready paper quality. Yes, my version of Castle of Burgundy is very beige and really terribly made. Jonas says, I think there's a board game genre beige Euro. Sagitt says, I need to cook dinner, so you have a short reprieve here. Good luck. I'm watching, just probably not chatting. Warlord Drake says, go for those Savage Monks, for sure. Jonathan says, a Deluxe Mage Knight would indeed be awesome. No doubt. Sagitt, the +1 fame for the Noble Manners may be pretty good with lower fame value enemies here. Yep, I agree with that. Sagitt also says, Fire Golems would not have died either, or the Ice Golems. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I was just trying to get lucky. Come on. Can't a guy get lucky once? One time. Alright, I'm going to do Tovak's third turn. Tovak, what do you say? It is a green. It is a white. It is a green, red. It's like green. It's just different. One more comes off the top. Ooh, my turn. Alright, well, do I want to get that? No. I don't have enough movement to get into that swamp. I don't have enough movement to get there either. But I definitely don't want to waste my Savage Monk's attack ability, and I just don't think I have that much more movement in my deck, to be honest with you. I actually still have 2 movement cards. That's interesting to know. Does that make sense? Alright, let me play the Endless Gem Pouch. I'm going to roll a mana die twice. I rolled it the first time, I get a red crystal. I'm going to roll it again. I rolled a red. Again, I get a red crystal. I'm going to use my motivation skill. I get 2 and a white mana. Green. Black. I could do it that way. I could do it that way. I might do a little gamesmanship over here with this centaur. So I'm going to move 4. I'm going to move here and then move here. That provokes ambush. So that ends my turn. I have to combat with this sucker. He's coming in with a 3. If I don't block it, it's just 1 more wound. What's 1 more wound when I have 3 in my hand already? But I think I want to block it. Be 5 attack to kill it. This only gets me 4. Actually, I have no more access to the source anyway. So it has swiftness, so I need to block 6. Yeah, I'm just going to have to use the stronger effect of Chivalry and not get the Reputation +1 and Fame +1, which will be fine. So I'm going to play the Savage Monks for block 3, Rage and Threaten Sideways for block 6. So that blocks the Centaur even though it has swiftness. And then I'm going to power Chivalry with the white mana I got from my motivation skill. That's attack 6, which is more than enough to beat the Centaur. Fortunately, I don't have another card to do the attack 4 plus Reputation +1 and Fame +1. So this dude is dead. I'm going to get 2 fame for defeating that. I get +1 reputation for defeating a rampaging enemy. Additionally, I'm going to get my first faction token, and then since I defeated the faction, ooh, nice. I have to remember what that does. So we have our little cheat sheet for the little faction tokens, healing herbs. Heal 1 or throw away a wound card from your discard pile. That I'll probably just do right away. And additionally, since I defeated that rampaging enemy, I have lifted the High Priestess's magic a little bit so I can just place a tile for free. Don't mind if I do. That gives me another village, another... Ooh, I'm going to have to take out another... Oop, my bad. Faction enemy here. It is a... Defender? What the heck? What is your name, sir? Elven Protector, I think. Yep, Elven Protector. The Elven Protector has a Defend 2 ability, so if you're attacking it, it's actually 6 armor instead of 4. If you're attacking multiple enemies, including it, it would just be the 4 armor and then +2 armor to the first enemy you attack, whether it's it or something else. It has ice resistance. We have a Mage Tower, which is good because I'm going to want that snowstorm, and it's only attacking me with a 3, and clearly it's going to be in my way. I'm going to need to take it out for sure. This I got at the end of my turn, so I cannot use it on this very turn. I'm going to stay there, and let me clean up my... What's this red from? Oh, this red's from the mana pouch. The green rolls, it's another green. These all go away. And I'm going to draw up to my hand limit, which is 5 planning triggers, but I have no more cards. There's concentration. That could have been helpful earlier. Could just get 2 points of influence by playing those sideways, which is probably good. Remember, when you're in a village, it is just 2 points. No, is it? Oh, I think it's 3 points of influence to heal in a village. My bad. Ugh, shoot. That's not great. Alright, and I can't move because otherwise the Elven Protector is going to ambush me. And who wants to be ambushed? Kids, not me. Tovak, 1, 2, and 3. It's white, no white crystals. I could do that. Yeah, we'll do that. So I'm going to use this relic right off the bat. Oh, I could. It's funny. I could actually spend this for 3 points of influence, but what's the point? Is 1 point of healing anyway. So I'm going to use that to heal 1. I'm going to move 3 to go in here. Now, ambush doesn't trigger because there's a lake between me and that elf, but when I go here, it will trigger, so I'm going to have to kill that the first thing I do next turn. But at least now I end my turn on a magical glade. I get to throw away another wound. So I think that was worth it. I already defeated you. You can go away. And these 2 cards were used. Tovak is going to declare end of round next turn. That's fine. I have 1 card. And it's a wound, so end of round works for me. Don't forget about the tower garrison. Oh yeah. So, as Mr. Drake has reminded me, this should be there face down. So when I probably will attack it next turn, and we're gonna have to go in a little bit blind. If I had been able to get adjacent to it this turn, I would have been able to see what it is. But obviously, with ambush, that would have been a very wound heavy thing for me to do. So I'm pretty glad I got down to 1 wound. I think, just spending the 3 movement and getting to that magic blade makes sense. I will also start my next turn with the black mana, but honestly don't have any spells, so that black mana is not going to do me much good at all. So a decently productive first round. Not the most amazing round I've ever had, but I think we'll be able to build on that for sure. We're going to get my Savage Monks back and Motivation back. Heroic Tale is added to Tovak's deck. Counterattack goes away. There are no monasteries on the board, so no more advanced actions in the unit offer. Ritual Attack is a new advanced action in the advanced action offer. And then Cure goes away. We add a green crystal to Tovak's inventory. And we add another spell. What is this spell? It is Fireball. Which I would normally like, except for level 6 High Priestess. We're going to put these away. We're going to get 4 new units. We have Illusionists. We have Magic Familiars. We have the Utem Swordsman. And we have Scouts. I'm going to reset the source, rolling these 4 dice. It is 2 whites, a red, and a black. That will all go there. These can come back down. I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is 5 still. Noble Manners, Mana Draw, Wound, Concentration, and March. Man, I could just... Makes a little bit of sense just to go first, just to be able to get rid of that. Man, I have no attack. Ooh, I can recruit the Magic Familiars. It's not really recruiting, so it's not an interaction, so actually that doesn't apply. But if I just get the Magic Familiars by spending 6 influence, you're more like summoning them, because they're magic, and you can get them in a magical glade, but I have to also spend a mana, which I definitely have. That's probably a good idea, but again, at the end of every round, I do have the mana pouch, so I mean, there's nothing I really want to recruit in that village. So I think I'm going to spend my first turn getting those Magic Familiars, which I haven't actually recruited in a while. So I like that idea. Ideas I like. Magic Familiars! Got them! Yeah, I don't love the Scouts enough. Alright. So we'll probably just do that. So what do I want from the Tactics deck? Let me go with Long Night. I really like Long Night. Plus that will give me... Well, I could do Preparation. Get another Influence card out of here. Noble Manners. It's going to be 6. Yeah, let me do preparation. And that will make sure I'm not stuck with another influence card later when I really don't want it. So I did preparation. We're going to roll for Tovak. Tovak rolled a 4, so they're first. And I already did preparation, so that can come out of the game. And Tovak is now in the lead. What are you going to do, Tovi? So a white, and a blue. Starting with a blue again. So 1, 2, so we went through 5 cards. There are 12 cards left. My turn. I'm going to play Noble Manners. We're going to use the white. I'm going to play Threaten. That is 6 points of influence. I have to spend a mana at the time I get the Magic Familiars, so I'm going to take them. And now that I have spent the mana to get them, the attack ability on the Magic Familiars is an attack 5, not just an attack 3. Again, every round I need to spend another mana to keep those suckers around. End my turn of the Magic Glade, so I get the other benefit of being able to throw away that wound. We roll this white die. It is green. These go away. I draw on my hand limit, which is just 5. So Rejuvenate and Stamina. Tovak, what do you say? So again, oh wait, and I did use this during nope, is not interaction. I just spent the influence. Again, this not interaction when you are in a Magic Glade. You can only interact in like villages, monasteries, cities, mage towers, keeps. So non-interaction, do not get that benefit. Tovak, what are you doing? Tovak has a green, and a red, so one more. So went through 9 of their 17 cards. They have 8 cards left. Definitely need to get a move on here. I'm going to spend move 2. That provokes an attack from ambush because the Elven Protector, there was not a... Oh man, I'm going to provoke an attack from that clown too. Yikes! It's going to be some slow moving. Yeah, because I'm going to have to get an attack from him, get an attack from them, and then probably try to do the Mage Tower and then see what I have left at the end of this. But at least by killing both of them, it takes care of a lot of my exploration needs. But it's definitely some slow moving. So I move 2, I go there. The lake there prevents the Crystal Sprite from attacking me, but it does mean that my turn now, because of ambushes, I have to defeat this clown. So attacking me with a 3, I have like no, I have that attack 5, attack 6 there. Don't want to use a Savage Monks up at all. Draw 1, heal 1. That's fine. I'm not going to block the Elven Protector. I get 1 wound. And then I'm going to use the Magic Familiars for attack 5. And then I'm going to use... use Stamina sideways. I think that makes the most sense for attack 6. That does kill the Elven Protector. Again, it's 4 plus the 2 from the defend ability. That gets me 2 fame. It gets me another relic. That is Tome of Relearning. On your turn, when not in combat, you may swap one of your skills for another in the combat skills area. It could be really strong in the last round, but I'm not using motivation again, or I could just throw it away for influence 3. We are going to get a explore ability, so we'll put this sucker out here. Oh, oh my god. So if I go there, I'm actually going to be attacked by both of these clowns. Wow! Wait, this is from the faction. It is another Crystal Sprite. That's interesting. Yeah, so when I move there, both of them are attacking me. That's a crazy, crazy setup. Actually, I need to keep these suckers close because we're going to need to reshuffle them at some point for sure. And then at the end of my turn, I'm going to play Rejuvenate for heal 1, and we'll get rid of that. Heal 1, already a level 1 or 2 unit. Yeah, I'd rather heal 1 and just not have to deal with it. And we'll see what I want to do next turn. Okay, so I draw to my hand limit, which is going to be 5 still. Improvisation, Rage, and March. Man, I would really love a one of my swiftnesses for sure. Tovak's had 2 turns. Yeah, makes sense. Tovak's 3rd turn. It's a green. It's a blue. It's another blue. Yikes. Tovak's moving fast. My turn. I'm going to use... Yeah, I need a swiftness bat. I'm going to use this. Give me a swiftness. Nope, that's chivalry and a stamina. And I get a white mana. Do not want to take so many attacks, but I don't think I have a choice. I'm going to move 2 with March. Ambush triggers for both of these clowns. I'm going to power the Savage Monks with the green, so that's a siege attack 4. That's enough to... Great. So when there's multiple enemies, this gets really confusing. So when there's multiple enemies, this guy's attack... This guy's defendability is going to apply to this dude, but when he's dead, this Crystal Sprite's defendability just goes away. So it's a little weird. So they're basically defending each other, but when one goes down, the other one's not going to be defended anymore. So that's going to make this a little bit easier. So in the siege attack or range of siege attack phase, it's going to be 3 to defeat this because it's the 1 plus the 1 for elusive plus the 1 for defend. This dude is dead. In the block phase, I'm going to spend this rage to get block 2. Again, it's an inefficient block because it's a ice attack 1. I will spend this and this to get block 2, so I'm not going to take any more wounds. I mean, this round's ending very quickly, so there's no point in not doing all this. Although, I mean, I do want to take down that mage tower. Yikes. Still have a determination, still have a rage. I have a swiftness. I think this makes sense. And then I'm going to power chivalry. That gives me attack 4 plus reputation. Oh, I just need attack 2, right? Because the defender thing is no longer applicable. But I have this, it's a white mana, so I might as well use it. So attack 4, that defeats this. I get reputation +1 and fame +1 at the end of my turn. I defeated 2 sprites, so I get 1 fame for the first sprite, 1 fame for the second, +1 because I leveled up, +1 because of chivalry. And then I'm going to get 2 faction tokens. Yeah, exploring is not going to be an issue. I got no wounds because I blocked everything. These 2 are out. And I get to explore twice for free because, again, I've really just lifting the magic that is making this so hard. So I will put this here. We have a village, a maze, and a keep. It's an interesting little tile. Keep is face down because I'm not adjacent. I'm going to explore again for free because, again, I defeated... Oh, and I get +2 there because I defeated 2 different rampaging enemies. This comes in. It is the green city, so that's a friendly city. So we'll put that there. I get to put a shield on it, so I get +1 card draw if I'm adjacent to it. We're going to have 2 more of these orcs, or these green enemies. We have a air griffin, I think it's called, and another centaur. Are you a cloud griffin? Are you an air griffin? What are you? Yeah, cloud griffin. So the cloud griffin also have the swift attack. It's elusive, so if it does not block, it's going to be 8 to kill it, but it cannot be fortified. And we have our village in the swamp over there. I do wish that was the white city. The good thing is we're going to get some elite units out next turn. Remember, I am going to need a mana in my inventory to be able to keep the magic familiars around in between rounds. So I'll definitely don't want to spend that red. That doesn't reveal because it's night. Am I forgetting anything? Nope. So no rewards because those are just rampaging enemies. But I do get another level up. What do I love over here? Ugh, nothing. Ritual attack is interesting. Mountain lore is also interesting. It's a lot of movement that could come in handy. If I defeat that guy I can explore for. Oh, my bad. So I got these 2 extra relics which I didn't mention. So the one is fire gem. Add the fire element to an attack or block from a single action card. So it has to be an action card. Can be advanced or regular. And then mystical map during your movement. Reveal a new tile at a distance of up to 3 spaces. This costs 0 movement. So yeah, I basically have spent 0 points of movement on exploring this game, and that should continue. Great. What do we have here? So, Norowas has 2 skills. Forward march, once a turn, get move 1 for each ready and unwounded unit you control. And we also have inspiration, once around, except in combat, flip this to ready or heal a unit. I think that's going to be more important, so I will keep that. This goes away. We add a Tovak skill, and I will take Hills. I take Mountain Lore, or do I take Ritual Attack? Not a huge fan of throwing away cards. Pathfinding's nice. I'm going to take Mountain Lore. I just think it's a little bit more flexible. End of my turn, since I grabbed Mountain Lore, I'm just going to drop this move card. I am going to want to assault that Mage Tower, and I want to make sure I get some amount of attack in my hand. I roll this green. It's a black. It's a black, not a blue. And I draw to my hand limit, which is 5. Still only 5. Oof. That's not the drawer of dreams. For sure. Not too excited about ending in a I can get a block 1,000,000. I didn't get my swiftness or my other rage. I can get block 5 from attack 5 from there though, so that's probably worth it. I think I just go forward and do it, especially because I can add fire attack. Well, it's not going to matter because I don't have any attack cards. I can attack 2. Yeesh. There, draw 1. No, it's fine. Tovak, blue, red, and white. Tovak's declaring end of round next turn. Let me check this out. Glade double heal. I think I did that, maybe. Time to get some. Oh, right. I should have healed again. Right. I think I missed a heal at the end of the round for sure. Time to get some elemental sieges. Just to stay in the glade for a turn to clear the wound by glade. Gold mana. Yeah. Will be a black mana would have been there for the knight. Magic familiars are underrated. Sometimes we're spending 1 mana crystal every time, but the versatility is just awesome, especially with Norowas, which can ready them with this card, no doubt. Hi, Greg. I'm super happy to see you doing the Mage Knight run. Awesome. Thank you, Witcher Skeleton. Rosmo666. I love Mage Knight, but I've never played with the Shades of Tezla expansion included in it. Do you think it adds to the game or takes away from it? I think it adds. I definitely do. It's a change of pace thing for me. I did not play Shades of Tezla for years, and I don't feel like I missed a ton, but when I added it, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, so life and death is one of my favorite scenarios in the game. It's a very, very cool idea, and I think one of the things I really like about Return of Apocalypse is that it takes a lot of the life and death ideas and kind of merges it with Volkare's quest in a way that's cool. So that, again, that's the fan-made scenario I'll be doing at 5 o'clock today, Eastern Standard Time, I should say. Seem to recall an obscure rule like that for some reason. Wait, I'm sorry. One question: shouldn't it be the green rampaging units on initial starting map do not have ambush? Oh yeah. Well, that's too late. Yeah, there's nothing to do about that. So that is the rule. These two should not have had ambush. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that now. That is absolutely right. The starting tiles, the suckers on starting tiles do not have ambush. You can only we done? Pursuit. I thought there might be something about a variant you can play that they do. Nope. Yeah, I understand why they do it that way. I think they're trying to make it. They don't want you to get totally overwhelmed in the beginning, but in some ways it just, the way it actually worked to my detriment this time. But yeah, neither of those guys should have had ambush. But I'm like, it's such a short scenario. Like, I understand that not more for rampage than ambush. Plus, it's like as you're playing, it's hard to remember all this stuff. So yeah, that definitely an asterisk. Neither of those two enemies should have had ambush. That one definitely should have. I did end up going there anyway, so I don't think that would have mattered. One thing I could do this turn. Well, I wouldn't have gotten rid of this. One thing I could do this turn is I could just move over to this village, which I think makes sense anyway. So if I didn't get rid of stamina card, I move here. Now that I'm here, I would have been able to take that out. I had the same cards. Right, I would have had a whole bunch of attack and blocky stuff to do. Don't remember what the last card I picked up was. Yeah, I really don't remember what the last card I picked up was. But if I moved to, attacked it, ended up in the village, and then I could just pillage the village to get 2 more cards, and then I think that's the best way to fix this. I won't take any other benefits with what I have. So since I ended up there, killed that. Cards are presumably the same. The math should have worked out the same. Here, I'll just move here on my turn by spending the stamina, which I wanted to discard it because I do want to make sure I have the mountain lore in my hand. And now that I'm there, I will pillage the village. I lose 1 reputation. I'll get 2 more cards in my hand. Tovat declares end of round. And then, wait, probably should have said hey first. Excuse my manners. No, you're good, man. Jonas, they prepared that ambush really well. Yarrow says +1 rep because of chivalry. Oh yeah, and +1 fame. Oh yeah, +1 rep because of chivalry. Right. I got the fame. I didn't do the rep. Excellent. Thank you, Urel. Good to see you. Felipe says hello, Greg. Hello, Felipe. Warless is personally my #1 movement. AAC is pathfinding. I could see that. Having every switch by 2 is game breaking. I see that. Sagitt says major asterisks in this game now. I still prefer the white card. Whoa, Wind of Wind is so good. Yeah. Or Song of Wind. Isn't it Song of Wind because there's wings? There's like Wings of Wind and Song of Wind, I think. But yeah, so freaking good. Move cost of 0. It's amazing. You fly around so easily. Our fault drag, we could figure it out. My problem is I'm not familiar with Pursuit, Ambush. Oh yeah, no doubt. It's all good, man. Yeah, I think that's the fairest way to do it. I just make sure I got to every space. I would have wanted to defeat them because it saves me so much extra movement there. And my hand, I basically should have ended up with these hands. So the only card I'm not getting to is a Swiftness, which is fine. Sag is okay. It's okay. Whatever. Move on. It is plus minus the same outcome. Right. So, this dude, whatever his name is, Tovak ends there. So this is my last turn. I'm absolutely going to gamble and defeat this mage tower because it's a lot cheaper for me to get there during the night. What do we have here? Oh, it is a fire golem. So we have, I'm using this healing seal before I enter to get my magic familiars back because that makes too much sense. That attack 5 could be sick. Alright. So I'm in this thing. I lose a reputation because I'm sieging a fortified site. It's attacking me with an attack of 3 with brutal, but it's a fire attack, so I need a block of a 6. I am going to... Well, before I entered, I would have done this endless gem pouch because that made too much sense to not do that. I get a white crystal and a gold crystal, so I can choose a crystal I want. I would have definitely chosen a blue even before I saw the enemy because I have enough other attacky cards in my hand. So we're going to power determination with the blue crystal. Or I could just get a token. Yeah, I'm going to play concentration, get a blue. Attack 5, attack. I need attack 8 total. Yeah, play concentration, get a blue. Use crystallize sideways for block 6. So I have blocked the fire golems. Now I need a physical attack of an 8. I'm going to power the rage with the red. Nope, I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to use the magic familiars. They still have this red crystal on them, so they're attack 5. Rage gives me attack 6, 7. Swiftness sideways gives me attack 8. Actually, I can use... Well, yeah, it doesn't even matter. I have a million ways to get there. So, do I need... Can I get there any more efficiently? Probably should have taken a green because it crystallized. But that's fine. So that's attack 8. Definitely dead. No other ability to get a thing. So we're fine here. Tova declared end of round, so this is my last turn, so no point trying to min-max this too much. The fire golems are dead. We get 5 fame. I go from 17 up to 22. I already lost a 1 reputation. We get my reward. Hello, Snowstorm. I love you. And I'll put a shield here, and that's going to be the end of the round. I'll roll that for no good reason. This all goes away. This red crystal comes off the magic familiars. I'm going to put another... I don't need heal. I'll put another red crystal on it. Although block 7 is pretty sick. With that Cloud Griffin, I think that makes more sense actually, because I do want to kill that just to get more things out. So I'm going to play the blue, and then I can hopefully block the Cloud Griffin, because it is only 8 to block even with the swiftness. Get both of those skills back. These 2 cards go into here. Tovek gets a green and another green crystal. Refresh these offers. The new spell is going to be Wings of Wind. Speak of the devil. And we have In Need. If Song of Wind came off, that would have been epically awesome. Thanks, Defo Greg. I have to run through the rules for it next time. I have it on the table. Yeah, it's good. I would start with like Realm of the Dead and Hidden Valley, get used to the new factions, and then do Life and Death. Life and Death was very hard for me the first 2 times I played it. I found once I beat Life and Death, I found the rest of the scenarios in Tezla a little bit of a letdown. There's a Lost Relic scenario, which is 1 day, 1 night, and you're just defeating a couple of dragons. It's actually really hard because it's so short, but you have like points you can spend in the beginning to kind of boost your mage. I like it. I started a series where I did it like I think 3 times with different mages, but yeah, it's definitely one that's kind of fallen away for me a bit. I mean, I might come back to it at some point, but yeah, that was actually designed by Paul Grogan, so like, you know, it's cool. Like, there's a lot of things I like about it. I just, you know, I don't think you could do a better job designing a 2-round scenario for Mage Knight. But anyway, so I'm adding elite units now. So we get some fire mages, we get red cape monks, we get, so all the monastery boys are here to stay, and then we have the heroes, and we have some herbalists. Interesting. I'm in a mage tower. I could get the fire mages, although I am 2 fame away from a jump. Because of course I am. Where is the Bonds of Loyalty where you need it? Alright, so we're going to shuffle up my deed deck. I'm still only drawing 5 cards. Definitely want to knock down this Cloud Griffin. I would love to get some mountain lore right now and be able to move on that mountain. Would be super strong. I could move here. Now, I need some fame. I could interact, and I could spend I could just spend 2 of these to get fame instead. But feels a little cheese. I don't know about a keep strategy. I think ideally the white city's there. They'll just give me a much better approach. Alright, drawing 5. Give me mountain lore. No, give me mountain lore. No, give me mountain lore. No, mountain lore. Yes! The 5th card. Ask and you shall receive. Alright, I need to reset the source. It's a gold, a white, a blue, and a white. Yoink. That will go there. Tactics. The right moment is a waste. Mana Steel is intriguing. Rethink. Probably not. Let me take... I could just go first. I could just go first. Yeah, let me go first. I think having extra turns is too important. So no matter what I roll for Tovak, he's going after me. And get away from that. Mana Steel is looking really good, actually. If I add the mountain... Yeah, let me do Mana Steel. Let me do Mana Steel. I don't want to deplete all my mana. So I'm rolling for Tovak. A 1 and 2 he's first. A 6, he's after me. And a 2, so Tovak is first. So I might regret that, giving him another turn. But I think Mana Steel makes sense. Let me get a white here. Alright, Tovak's going to go. It's a white. It's a green. Don't be a blue. It's a green. Well, that's just as bad. So 2 more cards. 2 more greens come off. My turn. I'm going to power Mountain Lore with this gold. That gives me move 5. Because of Mountain Lore, I can move onto a mountain. That does provoke an attack because there is not a mountain in between me and the Cloud Griffin. So thematically, it makes sense. I'm in the mountain. The Cloud Griffin's there. He's like, oh, I'm going to punch you now. So Ambush is going to trigger. We're going to use the Magic Familiars for a block of a 7. I'm going to use this Crystallized Sideways for block 8. Now I just need 4 attack. I'm going to use Swiftness with this white, and I'm going to use the March Sideways to get me attack 4. That is enough to defeat the Cloud Griffin. Again, because since I blocked it, even though it had Swiftness, the elusive goes away, so it's just a 4, it's not the 8. I get 3 Fame, I get some 22 to 25, plus 1 because I got a level up, plus 1 Reputation because I defeated the Rampaging enemy, plus a Relic because it is an Elementalist Faction enemy. This is a weird one. Don't exactly love this Relic. What are you called? The Cloak of Shielding. Once when your hero is about to be wounded, you may ignore 1 wound and any additional effects from it. So that will go there. So the Cloud Griffin, 1, 2, 3, what's the other one? Reveal a tile, distance of the 3 spaces. So, oh, it's a wedge map. I can't put the city tile there. Have to put it over there, because wedge map you can't build along the coast, so that's a problem, but you know, Cloud Griffin's still dead, so, you know, it evens out. I'm going to re-roll both of these dice. Mana Search was good, or Mana Steel. We get a green and a gold. We did get a level up, so now I have another command token, so I can recruit someone. I'm going to draw up to my hand limit. Let me get the green card. Where are you, green cards? That will go there. Again, it's just a friendly city, so kind of read. I mean, I still, in theory, could spend 6 for an advanced action there. I can interact there. I can get any enemy. I can get any units that you can recruit in a city. So the heroes are looking pretty good. But when I move there, this dude will attack me. So we are going to have another ambush. Ambush, ambush everywhere. Alright, we're going to get another tile on the board. I can't put it there because it's on the coast. It is the White City, so not the greatest of approaches. The keep is guarded by 2 green enemies. So it is another Elven Protector and then a High Priestess. And then we have a Elementalist Faction Draconum. I forgot what you're called. You are a Savage Dragon. Of course you are. So it's attacking with a 5. It's physically resistant. It also has the Brutal ability. That White City is not the city. It is the hidden valley itself. So we have found it. And we can set this up a little bit. So level 6, we are going to get 2. We need to shuffle these. We also have a monster den on that tile. Yeah, that approach is going to be a little bit rough. I mean, it's almost like we're going to have to do keep. Well, I could put interesting. I could put another thing there and get an approach around this way, but then I have to deal with this Draconum. It's probably better to go there, do those 2 keeps. I have +2 to my card draw. But that's very, very movement intensive. I'm going to have to go through the city, work my way around. Yikes. Alright, well, oh, an ambush too. Ugh. Ambush is rough. Because I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to deal with that dragon one way or the other. When I kill it, yeah, so if I kill that dragon, I go around this way, and I just don't worry about the keeps. Those aren't rampaging, so ambush doesn't matter. And I could kind of spam that village and get the +2 cards for a while. That is one idea. Alright, so we got 2 orcs. I think they're face down. 2 orcs, 1 monster, 1 dragon. Let me check that. What does it say? The Hidden Valley. When the white tile is placed, place a relevant number of enemy tokens face up. Alright, they're face up, so we can see what's going on. So we're going to have a centaur, a crystal sprite, a fire elemental, I think is what this puppy is. It looks like a puppy on fire, so it should be a fire elemental. Yep, that is a fire elemental. And then we have a lightning dragon. The lightning dragon is elusive. It is attacking you with a cold fire attack of 6. It has fire resistance, it has ice resistance, and it's elusive, so it's 7 armor, but if you don't block it, it is 14 armor, which is a lot of armor. Now remember, when you're attacking the Elementalist faction, you do not need to defeat all of them. You just need to defeat the faction leader. I'm going to put this here to indicate that we're at level 6. I forget how the heck. I forget how you do this. I'll put this here. So yeah, we're going 6 down, and every level we defeat, we'll put another thing, and then you get how much fame. You get 3 fame per level you defeat. The faction leader is arcane immune, so they're immune to non-block, non-attack effects, just like our good friend Volkipoo. And that's going to go there. Great. I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is 5, and then because I ended in a mountain and I played mountain lore, I'm actually going to get 2 more cards. So I'm actually drawing up, oh, my hand limit's now 6, so I'm drawing up to 8 cards, which could be very helpful in mapping out my path here. So we have improvisation, we have march, we have mana draw, we have determination, we have stamina, we have rage, that's 7 cards, and last but not least, we have swiftness. Hi-ho. So, be clear, ambush will not trigger when I move into the green city, but when I start there and I move somewhere else, then it will trigger. So I can actually take those out 2 at a time, but that's just, again, it's a really slow plotting way through this map. But good thing is when I defeat the centaur, we'll get another tile right there, and hopefully it's a tile that will allow me to sneak around into that forest and attack the hidden valley from this direction. So have any of you heard of the fan-made scenario Ultimate Conquest? Warlord Drake says, I don't know if the standard rule of exploring country by tiles from another 3 adjacent tiles is applied here. Oh, right. So yeah, I think that's a Mage Knight staple. I mean, so what Warlord's talking about is if you are ever in a place where your exploration deck is empty and you have a place where there's like a hole, right? So there's 3. You could put a tile in a place where there's 3. There would be 3 adjacent tiles. You can take a countryside tile from the box, which is really nice. And it so rarely comes up as in a very useful manner, but it can make a big difference in a certain playthrough for sure. So Tovak's gonna go. It is blue, blue, red, so only 1 more. So it went through 9 cards. Should have 9 left. That is correct. Greg's good at math. Do a time check here. Oh, we're killing it, guys. My turn. Yeah, I think I move into the city and take on the centaur. I'm going to ready the magic familiars. Yeah, really just try not to take wounds if I can help it. I need move 5. What's my attack 5? That dude being... I could add ice attack to a card. Or fire attack to a card. It's like ice attack, just different. Probably recruit the heroes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Probably recruit the heroes. So I do want to keep a hold of improvisation here. Don't necessarily want to go through all my... Oh, that's move... Well, shoot, that's move 5 to get into that swamp. Alright. I'm going to move 4 with March. And then move... Oh, that's brutal. Nope. Don't want to use you. Move 6 to get me into the city. So when I go from here into here, that provokes his attack. Now this dude does not gain the benefit of the city. Again, when it's a rampaging enemy, it doesn't gain the city, so its physical attack doesn't become poisonous. I need a 6 to block it. Maybe I just take that 1 wound instead of using up the magic familiars. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. I still have rejuvenate, right? Yeah. Or I could just ignore the wound. I'll probably want that later. Yeah, so I'm going to use determination to just get the movement. I'm going to take the 1 wound, which is fine, and now I just need 5 attack. I'm going to power rage with this. That's attack 4. And I will need... I could do mana draw sideways. Makes a little bit of sense. Or I keep the red and I just use the Savage Monks now. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to use the Savage Monks for attack 3 and the Rage for attack 5. So I kill the Centaur, I get 2 fame, I get plus reputation, I get a faction token from the Elementalist Faction. What are you? It is another fire gem. So I have 1,000,000 influence possible. This dude is out. I am going to... Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm going to re-roll that. It's green. And... I'm going to be super slow right now, which is not great. But move 5. And then because I killed another rampaging enemy, we got our last tile on here. Be something I can get through. That will do. That will definitely do. Alright. So I'm in the city. I draw my hand limit's +1 because it's a friendly city. Remember, I have that shield there, so I just get 1 more card. It's an influence card, which I don't mind. That's the end of my turn. We go to Tovak's turn. It is white, white, and red. 1 more card, so he has 5 more cards there. My turn, I'm going to recruit. So I'm going to not spend this. Oh, I can recruit the heroes here too. Is that crazy? I'm +2. Remember, when you try to recruit the heroes, +2 becomes +4 because they double your reputation. So that's 6, and then I can throw one of these for influence 3. So that's influence 9. So I'm just going to take the heroes while I can. and they will go right there. So the heroes, when you use them for a siege, so rampaging enemies don't count, but if I were going to use them on the Hidden Valley, it would. I have to pay 2 influence to activate them, but I can still assign wounds to them. Their attack or block 5, they can give me influence 5, they have a cold fire, attack 6 if I power with a red, which I absolutely will. And can I get 2 reds? Yeah, mana draw will give me 2 reds, so that's fine. So this token's out. I used it for its influence ability. This is going to go here. I'm going to draw out of my hand limit. We get just 6 plus 1 because I'm in the red city, or because I'm in a friendly city, and I will get this. Tovak's turn. Oh, it's a white. It's a green. It's a blue. 2 more. So I have 2 more turns. So Tovak's declaring end of round next turn. I'm going to use my motivation skill. I get 2 more cards and a white. I'm going to use the white to power mana draw. I'm going to turn this thing. So this does not count as my use of a die from the source this round. I'm going to turn that green into a red, and I get 2 red mana tokens. I'm going to use the first one to power improvisation. I move 5, or ambush triggers. I'm going to be right on this village now. So ambush triggers, so I have to fight this Draconum. This Draconum is attacking me with a 5. I'm going to use the Magic Familiars to block it. And now I need 7 non-physical attack, or I need 14 physical attack. So it's my I have 1 more turn after this. So I'm going to get 6 from Chivalry. And get 11. Yeah, I think I just get the 14 physical attack. Rage, and this. And now I can save all my crystals, which I'm definitely going to want because I need at least 1 for Magic Familiars. And I have all of these suckers to really help me out next turn, which would be really nice. Oh, this too, I can use that to get 1 of my own. Yeah, so these skills are technically still in the common skills area, so I could actually use this Tome of Relearning to switch that out for next turn, which I don't mind. So let's review. So I got 6 plus 5 plus, so this was for movement. So 6 plus 5 plus 3. So that's 14 attack. I defeated the Savage Dragon, and he was blocked, remember, by the Magic Familiars, and I saved all my crystals. So I get 6 fame. That gets me up to 34. Ooh. One of the debating, do I use 2 more attack? Because I could have done all this math. I get the reputation plus 1 plus the fame plus 1. And that would give me a level up. Yeah, let me do that. I'll use this white crystal. I still have the mana pouch. So I use this as my crystal. So I actually got attack 17. I'm only going to use the 4 from the Chivalry, which gets me down to attack 15. That gives me another fame and a reputation, and then plus 2 reputation because I defeated a rampaging Draconum. I would put a tile out because I defeated one of the Elementalist Faction enemies, but obviously there's no place to put said tile. I have no more tiles in my exploration deck, so that doesn't happen. But this dragon is so super defeated, and I will get another level up before the end of the round, which is clutch. So all these mana go away. I roll this. It's blue. I don't reroll the red. The red should have stayed red. So I rolled the wrong die. It's fine. It's all random. These go away. I'm going to do my level up. Chilling Stare is interesting. Nope, don't want that. Do I want Tovak's? Maybe. Ritual Attack could be nice. So, we have, where are my skills? Here they are. Here you are. So Influence 3, it's not going to help me, obviously. Or it could, actually. I could heal this wound on my last turn. So we have Leaves in the Wind. Once around, flip this to gain a green crystal and a white mana token. Or we have Bright Negotiation. Once a turn, Influence 3. Or I take Tovak's +2 range attack at night once a turn. Could be pretty strong. I don't love where I'm at with mana, so I will take Norowas' skill. That's going to go here. And then I will take Ritual Attack. I just think it's more flexible. Although Chilling Stare can make sure I stay alive. Chilling Stare can definitely keep me alive, and I'm going to have access to whites. I'll take Chilling Stare. But yeah, because if I take Ritual Attack, another red. Yeesh. Let me take Ritual Attack. Ritual Attack for the win. Alright. Change my mind. 7 times. Going to draw to my hand limit, which is 6. I'm still adjacent to the city, so it becomes 7, and I can pillage the village to get 2 more cards. So what's going on? Oh, sorry, you have a quartile yet? I did. Hope they make Mage Knight 2nd edition. New minis are. Take my money. Hey, what's up, Paul? Mage Knight, never heard of it. Any good? It does not provoke the orc. You didn't move from a space adjacent New York to another space. You may have already been the orc in, which is optional. Paul, yeah, but it's gaming rules, man. It's ambush. Your gaming rules. It's ambush. Ambush is applying. That's why. Another monastery to burn. I guess Greg can see the chat. Anyway, just wanted to pop and say hi. Thanks for playing the Expedition Night co-design. Yeah, so what Paul said is normally right, but again, with ambush rules, it does provoke. Yeah, so he designed it, but he may have forgot that I'm playing with ambush. Another monastery to burn. Where's the other monastery? Oh, that's right. I forgot. So there is a monastery there. So there should have been this training card should have been here, and then we have Shield Bash, which is just an awful, awful card that should be absolutely put in the trash because the math complications of Shield Bash are ridiculous. Not always, but enough. So yeah, we'll add that to that, and then we have again. This is a tomb, so you have to fight a dragon enemy there. You can get some nice rewards, and then we have a monster. We have a spawning grounds there, which is pretty sick. Chivalry. Hey, gang rules. Nice to see you around. Says Sajid. Warlord Drake's influence skill might help activate heroes. Yes, but the mana seems essential. I agree. Alarin says, I love Chilling Stare. Me too. I don't always take, I probably usually would take that. I think there's just, I kind of like Ritual Attack in some ways. I just think for what it is, it just made a little bit more sense to go with that one this time around. So I draw up to 7, and then I'm going to obviously pillage. So I've just got all my cards in my hand here. Oh, I have a million ways to heal this because I still have Rejuvenate, which is ridiculous. All right, 12 declares end of round. Probably makes sense to move the 6. Part of me is wondering if I just do the spawning grounds, but that's like super greedy. So the spawning grounds, and then I'm stuck there, and it'll be 5 move at night. Yeah, no thank you. I'm very tempted though. So spawning grounds, you get 2 monster enemies, you get 3 crystals and an artifact. But again, I would have move 5 just to get adjacent to that, and that could be super bad. Super bad. We have 2 sets of spawning. Spawning grounds look different, but they're essentially the same. They are the same. I don't know why the art's so different on that one. So I think I just moved the 6 and get there while it's a lot cheaper for me for sure. So I'm moving 4. I'm going to move 5, 6. I'm in there. I'm adjacent so I can start attacking next round. Remember, none of those will be provoked because unlike the other enemies, they are not rampaging. I'm going to play Rejuvenate to heal 1, so no more wounds on my deck. I'm going to do Endless Gem Pouch. I'm going to roll a mana die twice. I got a black, so it gives me a Fame. Not exactly what I was hoping for. And I got a green, so it gives me a green crystal. That's a little bit better. And then I'm going to play concentration for nothing. Because I want to. Now, then I'm going to use this skill to get another green crystal, and I have a white mana, which I can't do anything with, so I'm not even going to bother taking it. And now I'm positioned to start walloping on this Elementalist Faction leader next turn. So that is now a red. Tovak already declared end of round, and that's it. So this is the hand. This blue goes away. I will power the Magic Familiars with the red for next round. All of these are going to be readied. And I think we are in good shape. The green city card can go away. That's right. You don't need that anymore. And we'll shuffle these. So Magic Familiar is proving good. It's a little bit unfortunate I never got my Bonds of Loyalty skill. I do get another Tovak skill here, though. That could matter. Oh, it's the competitive skill. Swap it out with a cooperative skill. That's not that helpful. So the cooperative skill for Tovak is Mana Overload. Once a round, choose a color other than the gold and gain a mana token of that color. Put the skill token in the center of the table, mark with another token of the same color. The first player uses the mana color of that power, gains move, influence. Oh yeah, so if you power a card with that mana, you get +4 to whatever you're powering with. So I mean, it actually could come in handy. I don't know if it's going to come in handy enough to make it worth to use the Tome of Relearning on that. So we'll definitely have to see. So one of the things that happens with these faction leaders is you want to be careful where you end them on, because wherever, so for instance, one attack, if I defeat 2 levels, the next time we face it, they're going to have fire resistance and they're attacking with fire attacks 4. That's not awful. But if I defeat 3 levels or 4 levels and now it's on level 2, it's attacking me with a paralyzed ice attack 4, which is nasty, and now it has ice resistance, right? So you want to basically make sure that you're kind of keeping track of, like, hey, if I kill it this many times, I'm going to have to deal with this the next time around. I can take these enemies and just kind of splay them out, because this is what we're dealing with. We defeated all of the ambush enemies. I don't remember when and if I recorded and uploaded, but Ritual Attack was so insane, throwing away base cards to make more empowered attacks. Yeah, I mean, deck thinning is such a weird strategy in Mage Knight, because, like, often, like, I don't like having a super small deck because it makes our rounds end quicker, but it can be super, super awesome. Yes, the Bob Ross card is excellent. Is that Chilling Stare? I guess. I don't know. I think that's Chilling Stare. I don't know. Dragon Warlord Drake says, Greg, you may play concentration with a gold die and stamina to go further, probably next to the keep. Concentration plus stamina plus sideways card should take you up to those planes. Oh yeah, I could have gone further. I like the forest. I mean, I'm not gonna do anything else. It didn't really matter where I ended, but yeah, that probably would have been a smarter play for sure. I just had concentration a little bit wasted. I do like having the green crystals for the Savage Monks for sure. We're gonna add Chilling Stare to Tovak's inventory. We get a red crystal, so hopefully we just get the. I don't think we added any white cards, so hopefully we get a little bit lucky there and just add a lot of white cards. Training goes away. We get a new card there. It's Firebolt, Song of Wind. There's Song of Wind. That's hilarious. These go here. These go here. The new units are the Amhotep Freezers, the Guardian Columns, the Alta Mages, and the Peasants, all of which are very strong. These go away. Rolling those dice. It's one of every color. We had a white, a red, a green, and a blue. Nice little roll there for sure. Do I take Sparing Power and let Tovak go first? Do I take Long Night? Mana Search seems a little bit useless. Do I take From the Dusk and just go first? Let me take my hand. So Stamina, Snowstorm, Rage, March, Rage, and Improvisation. Now it's just 2 movement to get into the Hidden Valley, no matter where I move from. Do Do I have an influence card to get the heroes to join me? I do not. I do not. And I mean, it's tempting to take sparing power, but realistically, how many turns am I just going to waste? Probably not enough to make it worth it. Remember, I can heal a unit for free. These attacks are not that bad. I mean, the Lightning Dragon is 2 wounds. The Sprite has defense. So obviously, the defense bad. You do want to get rid of that because that would apply to the faction leader. So I am going to want to, at minimum, take out the Sprite. So all the defendability just go away. The Fire Elemental is attacking me with a 7, so that would be 3 wounds. Nothing has physical resistance. None of the High Priestesses levels have physical resistance, so I do find her a little bit easier than the Dark Crusader faction, but now that I've said that, I'm sure I'm going to lose this. I think I take Long Night. Long Night can be really useful just to get a strong card back in your hand in case things go bad, and I can play my cards a little bit more aggressively if I'm armed with Long Night here. I don't think there's too much benefit elsewhere, and hopefully I don't roll a 1 for Tovak. I rolled a 4. I need a 3, 6, or a 1. There's a 6. So Tovak takes sparing power. I go first, and I like that. So again, Long Night once around. When my D deck is empty, I can shuffle 3 random cards from my discard pile into my D deck and continue drawing from wherever I am. This is not the most amazing of cards here. I don't have access to black. Don't know if it makes sense to go in guns a-blazing right now. Snowstorm. So level 6, it's ice resistant, but it is not fire. It is fire resistant, but not ice resistant. It's attacking me with 2 fire attacks of a 5. But if I don't have any blacks, that's not going to matter. Again, I need 2 influence to use to activate the heroes. I can assign damage to them. Remember, I can assign damage to a hero into a unit and then just heal him. But I might want to use that to get them back. If I do that, Tome of Relearning. Alright, I'm going to do my motivation skill to draw. Does that make sense? Yeah. There's a lot of cards I want to see. To draw 2 and get a white. There's Ritual Attack. I don't mind seeing that. I'm going to use a Tome of Relearning to get rid of my motivation skill now. And I'm going to get Tovak's +2 range attack. And that was in the common skill offer. I need a black. So Ritual Attack. I can, if I power this a red, and I can throw away another card. If I throw away a blue card, I get Cold Fire Attack 4. If I throw away a white card, I get Ranged Fire Attack 4. If I throw away a green card, I get Siege Fire Attack 3. So I can throw away this March. I don't love... Don't love some of the way this came together. This white man is going to be useless. I can add a fire attack, which is going to be useless. If I take these 2 guys out, we're looking at 3... Looking at a fair amount of wounds, but that's fine. I can... No one has paralyzed. I just got to get this thing started, so we'll just try to pick them off one at a time. So I'm going to move in. Again, you don't lose your reputation. It's not a fortified site. I'm going to play Ritual Attack. I'm going to power it with a red. I'm going to throw away a green card. So I'm going to throw away this March. That gives me Siege, Fire, Attack 3. And I'm going to use that to defeat the Crystal Sprite. Since that was the first one I attacked, we applied the Defender ability of the Crystal Sprite to itself. And now it's totally toast. It's toast. We don't have to worry about the Defender ability again. I'm going to use Snowstorm. Oh, man. I'm really not getting the mana I need. So I'm not using Snowstorm. Red. How about we don't do that? I want the blue. Don't have a white. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Oh, man. Yeah, I needed my mana pouch, or I needed a... I have that Siege Attack 4 over here. That's probably smarter. Three, 7. Alright, we're going to do this. I'm going to throw away the green. I'm not going to power it. That gives me Siege Attack 2. I'm going to power the Savage Monks for Siege Attack 4. So that's Siege Attack 6. And then I'm going to use this skill for Siege Attack 7, 8. That 8 is going to allow me to wipe out both of these dudes together. Five wounds. This is not working. That's fine. I'll take out the 2 green enemies and just kind of simplify this thing a little bit. Oh, that just feels bad. Actually, let me... Siege Attack 6. I need the blue. Can add fire. These are not the card of dreams, kids. Siege Attack 8. I think I just go with it. I'll have to make it work, and then we'll see how much attack I can get in the melee phase. Just need to figure out a way to survive all these wounds, but I can take a rest turn next turn, which should be fine. So that's Siege Attack 6. I'm going to take out both the green enemies, and we got rid of the defense. So why is 8? Because it's 5 from the Centaur. It's 1 plus 1. 1 for the Crystal Sprite. 1 because of Elusive. Plus 1 because of Defend ability. It's not an ice attack, so both of these are dead. And we'll kind of figure out my rewards from that later. We now go to the block phase. I am going to take some wounds here. I'm going to assign... I can assign damage to heroes. I just can't activate them because I haven't spent the 2 influence. This fire elemental is attacking me with a 7. I can assign that to the heroes. They're going to absorb the first 4 points of damage and get wounded by the next 3. Not a problem. We have 6 points of damage coming from the lightning dragon, and then we're going to have a total of 4 points of damage coming from the elemental leader. So that's going to be a lot of wounds. So I can take 5 wounds to my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can apply 1 wound to the savage monks. And I do not get knocked out because my hand limit is 6, but it does mean I can't use a stronger effect of Snowstorm, but honestly I don't have access to a black right now, so that's not going to matter anyway. Now, I just want to try to pound some levels off of this Elemental Faction leader. If I get 2 levels knocked off, that'd be great. Because then I wonder if I get 1 level knocked off, I have to deal with elusive next turn, which isn't great. If I get 2 levels knocked off, I'm still just going to have to deal with fire resistance, but I'm not going to deal with any other kind of resistance. So it is a 4. It's immune to elemental. All right, so level 6, it's immune to fire. It's got resistance to fire attack. No other kinds of attack. I'm going to get the fire. I'm going to get the ice attack 5 to take down. Now, even if I had taken down some levels of the faction leader, it still would have attacked at level 6, just to be clear. So that's 5. Ooh. How much damage can I get? How much damage can you do, Greg? I don't think it makes sense to do much more, to be honest. So I'm going to do 5, and then we'll just get 3 physical attack with improvise, and I'll discard a rage. Will not use the magic for oh, I could do 12. Yeah, like that. Do I want to kill either of these guys? That's 7 is pretty nasty. Magic familiars 10, 12. And then I'll get some fame. Sure, we'll do that. So I'm going to use the magic familiars. I have attack 5 for the magic familiars because they're powered with the white. And I'll use 1 rage for attack 12. That's going to take out 3 levels of the faction leader. And now its next attack, it's going to have ice resistance and fire resistance. And it's attacking cold fire attack of a 4 with brutal. So it'd be 8 points of damage, which is fine. It's basically virtually the same thing. And now I only have 3 more levels of the sucker to contend with. The question is, do I want to try to kill either of these dudes? And then just do 2 levels? No, I think getting rid of 3 levels makes sense. And now it's just 12 more attack and it's dead. I like that a lot more, I think. So I'm going to play Crystallize. I'm going to power with the white mana that I got from my motivation skill, and I will get a white crystal. And then I'm just going to rest next turn, and then I'll have a full... I have a bunch of strong cards left here. So I get kicked out. I did not defeat everything. I'm going to get 2 faction tokens because I defeated 2 of these suckers. Nice, I can throw away a wound next turn, and I can ignore a wound and any other effect, so I have 2 of those. I get 3 fame, 1, 2, 3. Those go over there, and I get 9 fame because I defeated 3 levels of the faction leader. So we go from 39 to 48, which is a level up, which gets me to 49, which gives me another token. So my armor is now a 4, not a 3, and that's a pretty significant upgrade. At the end of the battle, too, I would have healed my heroes, which is great. 3 points of healing and 1 skill. Yes, please. And now I'm going to clean up my play area. This goes back here. I roll this. It's a white. This was used, so that's done. These go on my discard. This was thrown away. And I draw to my hand limit, which is just 6. But obviously I'm just resting next turn, so not a big deal. We go to Tovek's turn. Tovek gets a blue, gets a white, gets a blue, 2 more. My turn, I'm resting. I'm throwing away this improvisation and all of these wounds. And I'm not throwing away, I'm just discarding them. So that will make Long Night a little bit hairier, but obviously it works. Chivalry, great. Swiftness, there's Endless Gem Pouch. And we just have 6 cards, and that's a fairly strong hand, so I'd like to see that. Yep. Long Night can give you an extra attack point. Yep. Your score will be trash once again. Yep. Warlord Drake, you should have used one of your cloaks to a normal wound. Yeah, I was trying to save that in case I have to go there a 3rd time. So now that I have 2 cloaks and I can throw away a wound at the end of my hand, like that's a pretty strong combination for sure. So I just rested. Tovek's second turn. It's a blue. It's a red. 2 more. So I went through 10 cards. There's 9 left. My turn. Move 2. We're in. There was just a weird combo that first round. Like, it just didn't feel like things were coming together the way they normally would. I still don't have an influence card. Come on, man. Heroes, I want to influence you. It's crazy. So yeah, I just don't have it. I do not have an influence card, and you can't use relics for influence except for during an attack. So that's a wee bit unfortunate. I don't even know if the endless gem pouch makes sense, to be honest with you. Ignore 2 wounds. So what am I hoping to take down here? Let's attack 5. Attack 7. Oh, these go away. Oh, that stays there. Attack 5, attack 7. Take 2 wounds. That I don't hate. Yeah, I really want to get an influence card to be able to. Yeah, I haven't seen any of them, right? Yeah, to be able to use the heroes. A cold fire attack 6 is going to be really strong. So this time I'm just going to play concentration. I'm going to power it with the green from the source. That gives me range attack 5 because it's a stronger effect of swiftness plus 1. Then I have this skill, so that's range attack 7. So I'm going to defeat the fire elemental. In the melee, so I have the endless gem pouch, which I'm just holding on to and hoping I get a little bit lucky here. In the melee phase, I'm going to. I still have a couple of move cards, so I should be fine there. In the melee phase, I'm going to. I'm sorry, in the block phase, I'm going to get 2 wounds from the lightning dragon. I'm going to get 2 wounds from the high priestess. I'm going to throw away both of those close to ignore the wounds. At the end of my turn, I'm going to throw this away to throw away a wound. So that worked out fairly well, and now I can just add fire attack to some stuff, which isn't going to be all that useful. I think I should just get the gem pouch out of my hand. I have enough access to mana here, so, and I don't really need a black because I already used my spell. So I'm just going to roll this twice. I get a fame. Oh, man, come on. And a red, so that gives me a red crystal, which is pretty much all I wanted anyway. So this dude's dead. I get another of these tokens. I can exchange one of my skills for another skill in the offer. Don't mind if I do. I'm going to get 4 fame from that, so that's 54. That dude's toast. I can't do that the next turn. I get that skill back. Roll this. It's a red. Where's my discard pile? No, there it is. Alright, drawing up to 6. Rejuvenate, Mountain Lore, which won't trigger, but it will get me in. The Swiftness. Oh, I can ready a unit. That's amazing. No influence cards. Because why would I get influence cards? Shoot. I think I just take another turn before I go in. Heal the 1, get rid of this. I'll guarantee to pick up an influence card. Mountain Lore, unfortunately, won't get me into a hills or a mountain in a way that makes any sense. I'm not going to use that. So Tovak's turn, it's a white, it's a white, it's a red, 2 more. So it's going to have 1 more turn. I have at least 2 more turns. Yeah, I'm going to ready the Magic Familiars. That's a healing effect. And then I'm going to rest. I'm going to drop. Over here, by the way. I'm going to drop Mountain Lore and this Wound. And I'm going to draw 3. There we go. There's all my influence cards. I'm going to have to use Swiftness for move 2, but that's fine. I will have plenty of other cards to get this attack done. Tovak's turn. 1, 2. Is it white? It is not. So Tovak's going to declare end of round next turn. My turn, I'm moving Swiftness to move in. I'm using Noble Manners so that I can activate the heroes this turn. We're going to go to the melee phase. I have no range or siege attack, so I'm taking 4 wounds. My score is going to be terrible. Oh, I should have done a couple of things, actually. I'm going to use this to get a green crystal and a white mana. And then I'm going to use this Tome of Relearning to get rid of that skill, to get this skill. So I have 3 ranged attack from that. I still don't have enough ranged attack to make this magic happen because I had to use that move too from Swiftness, which is fine. Now I'm going to get 4 wounds from the Lightning Dragon, and then 2 wounds from the High Priestess. Again, she's attacking me with a 4 Cold Fire attack, but then she has Brutal on that. I spent the 2 influence so I can activate the heroes. I'm going to use a red to give me a Cold Fire attack 6, which of course is not efficient. So forget that. I don't even need this red. I'm just going to use the attack 5. We have another attack 5 that's powered by a red, but it's still an attack effect, so the resistance doesn't matter. So that's attack 10, and that's attack 12. That would absolutely kill that dude. Could I also kill the Lightning Dragon just to be thorough here? I want to be thorough. These are useless. I don't think I can get attack 14. Get 6, 10... Oh, I can get 11. Can I group them? They have the same resistances. Yeah, it's not going to help. Yeah, 5, 10, 12, 10. I can get 13. Oh, that's so stupid. Yeah, I'm literally 1 away from killing that dude. And there's no way I'm getting 12 block. That is not happening. And these, again, aren't helpful because they're all fire resistant. So Lightning Dragon's going to live to fight another day. Can I block it at least? Because if I can block it, then I can at least prevent some extra damage. If I did a block 5, these score people are really going to be appreciative of this. So if I did a block 5 and block 3 more, that would prevent 2 wounds. Because that would be enough to block the Cold Fire attack 4. And now I just need to figure out how I'm getting 12 attacks. So Magic Familiars, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have Chivalry, which is 14 or 12, Reputation plus 1, Fame plus 1. So 3 more levels of the High Priestess. That gives me 9 Fame, 64. I jump. I would get a level up. I would get a new skill. There's my Bonds of Loyalty skill. Oh, where were you hiding? The worst. The Lightning Dragon's like, oh my gosh, the High Priestess is dead. So they run away scared. And that's how Lightning Dragons talk. And that is sufficient to defeat the level 6 High Priestess. And it's a fun little challenge, man. Sorry for the confusion with ambush and the starting tiles. Again, just another little thing to remember. And it is one of the things about Shades of Tezla. There's so many little exceptions that do make it a little bit like daunting to get into it, to get them all down. Not sure they all add to the experience, but they're all there for a reason, I guess. But I mean, come on. I only have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds and 1 wounded unit. I mean, it's not terrible. Is it? I don't know. It's probably terrible. But Norowas' ability to get units back and kind of play with all those skills is like super, super cool. I do find the Realm of the Dead to be slightly harder because you have a lot of, like, both the Dark Crusader faction leader and a lot of the Draconum and the monsters. They have a lot of paralyze. So I think actually Tovak, I don't love Tovak, but I think Tovak's actually the best suited for Realm of the Dead because of his extra defense abilities. Again, I think defense first is a very hard way to play Mage Knight, but it can be highly effective in certain scenarios against certain enemies. And Tovak once in a blue moon will pull off the most amazing block combination you could hope for, and he really has a lot more opportunity to shine. Tons of crystals left in my inventory, so that's cool. Just the way this scenario came together, never really felt like that victory was in much doubt. And the ambush actually kind of worked to my advantage. notwithstanding a little bit, having to reconstruct what I did here. But the ambush definitely worked to my advantage here, here, here. You kill enough of those enemies, you're not spending anything on movement. I mean, I never had to explore at all. And that's just one of the things with this scenario where it's like, oh, it costs 6 to explore. Well, I mean, kind of. Like, it costs 0 to explore because you're going to kill enough enemies. You want to kill the enemies. You want to get the little tokens, and you want to get your fame up. And you need to kill a lot of enemies to get the fame up because these dudes don't give you much fame, which is, again, counterbalanced by the fact that you get +1 every time you go up into another level. I mean, ending on +5 reputation is absolutely insane. That is not the normal Greg way to play, but it's effective. It's definitely effective. So you cannot use the same type of token twice on one turn. Oh yes, good call. Good call. Yeah, I would have just when I rested, I would have another wound. So that's absolutely correct. So I should have taken one more wound. Warlord Drake says yeah. So what Sagitt Seraph says, which is important. So when I used the 2 cloaks in the same turn, relics you can only use 1 on the same turn. So the one turn when I only had 1 wound left, I should have had a second wound left, and then I rested the next turn anyway. So the cards would have been the same, except I should make it 9 wounds on my deck and not 8. So Warlord Dread, I should have used that one of the cloaks on the earlier turn because I couldn't use 2 in the same turn anyway, and that was definitely my mistake. Gotta make some popcorn. Look at that unnatural level of reputation. Maybe with Tovek interactive skill, you could squeeze out more damage with the simple range attack. I think so. Right. If I took his right, that's an argument that if I knew I was attacking 2 turns in a row, I use this, I get a free mana, now I have +4. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, I probably could have found a way to kill the Lightning Dragon if I use this skill. Again, cooperative skills in a solo game are a little weird. Like, I like them, but they're a little weird. I don't often use them because it's like another like rules quagmire you can get yourself into. But ultimately, you use the one effect, and then on the very next turn, you have to use the other effect, or you use it, or you lose it. In a cooperative game, in a true cooperative game, it goes in the center of the table, and then the next player to do that thing gets the benefit. So it's not like use it or lose it the very next turn. But in a solo game, you have to use it the next turn. Otherwise, it just absolutely goes away. But it was a cool little approach. I mean, it kind of worked out. I was thinking of going down here, which is obviously wrong because you can't. You can't put a core tile on the coast. I mean, that rule still applies on a wedge map, even with Tezla. So kind of, the Mage Knight God shined on me and made sure I didn't make another rules mistake. But yeah, lots of things to like about Tezla. I mean, I really, it's just another thing to throw into your gameplay. If you have Mage Knight and you are looking to buy one expansion, this is absolutely not the first expansion to get, and I would argue it's not the second expansion to get. I would much rather get Krang if you can find it. And then get Tezla to kind of round out your experience and round out your collection. Obviously, if you have the Ultimate Edition, you already have all of it, so it doesn't matter. You can just play to your heart's content in whatever order you want to play them. But and I know like the faction leaders in Tezla are like they're huge. They're like double the size, which from a visual standpoint I appreciate, but like they made them very, very, very absurdly large. But Tezla's cool. Thank you to the chat. 100% agree on active skills in solo. Kind of wish they made a third skill in addition to co-op and comp, specifically for solo. Yeah, no, I'm definitely with that. That'd be cool. It'd be a little bit more to manage in setup and stuff like that, but I mean, it would be super easy to do for sure. So definitely, would definitely be worth it if they had thought about it. I mean, there's a lot of like. I'd love to, know some of the backstory because it just seems like this game is so poorly supported for a game that is so renowned, and has the place that it has in the solo world. Like, it just doesn't get the treatment that I would expect. I mean, especially, the Ultimate Edition, they didn't really they just kind of had their old files and just reprinted them. And, if you already have Mage Knight, getting the Ultimate Edition, I think, is a lateral move at best. I mean, there are definitely some things that they did that are worse. I think some of the mana token colors are really hard to see. even the artwork's on the other side of the tokens in a way that kind of squishes like the visuals of the enemies and makes them a little harder to see what's going on. They added the 5 multicolor cards, so it's nice that you can buy those separately. But I still wish the Ultimate Edition was like really like an Ultimate Edition, because I would have 100% have bought it. I played on my friend's copy, and I was just like, oh, so they kind of didn't do really anything here except just give me the same game I already have. Excellent. In a box that is 100% too large, because that box is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Please look up Ultimate Conquest if you have the time. That thing is insane. There is one thing that one of my subscribers sent me, Thomas sent me. It is like 3 players, and it's like 4 cities, and then Volcare. So Sagitt says this game is a difficult place. Vlad, of course, went off forming his own company. It is anyway a strange game for whiz kids. Then on top of it is 10+ years. Not even sure who has the rights ultimately. Probably if it was up to Vlada, more effort would have gone into this, yeah, for sure. But yeah, Ultimate Conquest, there was one scenario I played once with me and 2 friends, and we ended up like 30 points of damage shy, and I 100% am going to try it again next weekend. I'm going to be up in Boston with my friend Tony, and we're just going to play it 2 players and then control the 3rd player together. But yeah, it's absolutely insane. It's like you play all 4 cities and then Volcare's camp in there as well, and it's bananas. But if that's not what you might be talking about, I know there's so many fan-made scenarios out there. I really have not done much exploring. Unfortunately, the channel with other games that I'm trying to feature doesn't give me a ton of time to explore a lot of fan-made stuff, which is why I was super glad my patron challenged me to do the Ultimate Conquest 12 rounds. Oh, no, that's not the one I've done then. Interesting. 12 rounds, 4 cities will carry, and 2 faction leaders. That sounds crazy. No, the one I did was just 4 cities in Volcare, and it was 6 rounds, and it's nuts. I played it twice, first time. So, I mean, Sad, are you playing with 4 mages then? Like, how the heck? Wow, 12 rounds is nuts. Yeah, it's crazy. I remember Volcare's army, and the one I'm talking about was ridiculous. It was like a level 25. It was just absolutely insane. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So Tovak's deck is reset. We will be ready to go in about an hour, I guess. Yeah, 40 minutes. Look at that. And what is this? Nope. Oh, Chip Theory wants me to buy some more stuff. I've already given you enough money. Excellent. Alright, cool. I played it twice. First time to vanilla solo rules. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's crazy. Alright. Definitely sounds good. Good game. Has been fun. And also, food is almost ready. Will you enjoy eating, sir? Again, thanks a lot to the chat. We'll be back in 45 minutes with the Return of Apocalypse and the designer of that itself. So if you can join me then, please do. If not, make sure you check it on demand later. Again, that will probably take a couple hours, so it should be available later tonight or tomorrow in its full glory. And hopefully... Hopefully it's a good showing. I got the designer with me. It's going to be a lot of pressure, man. But this was fun. Definitely need to get the Lost Relic back on the channel. I'll probably do a Life and Death sometime in the next couple of months. So Mage Knight is obviously going to be knocking around this channel for a long time to come, because it is just that dang good for sure. And that's about it. Any questions, comments, epiphanies, put them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And for those who can join me in 45 minutes, I will see you then. Thanks for joining me this time around, and happy gaming.